This is it. The 10th anniversary of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
What the hell? Get to know me.
Kim, this is Chloe. Chloe, this is Kim. It's like the shade room every day. I was put on a blind date with Tristan.
Really?
Who set you up? I remember he was asking his friends, who is this Kim Kardashian?
Oh my God.
I can't even remember a time before Keeping Up.
If there were a day that was the toughest,
I'm responsible for ruining someone's life. Just seeing Chloe, she
screaming.
screamed.
but there was a moment where you just sobbed.
Oh my God!
It's muy loco, muy loco.
Does no one really know it's me?
Holy, what other exes are coming?
I have a confession to make.
Can you believe those whores have lasted for 10 years?
Kardashian 10th anniversary special. All the secrets revealed.
Hi, guys.
Freya, we're talking. Hi, Mom.
Hi. How are you?
How was your trip?
How was your trip?
Oh my God, we had the best trip ever.
If I was a guy and this was my girlfriend, oh my God, this is not what it would be like because I'm so uncomfortable. You guys, this is what happens with 10 years. You get alcohol.
Love how many people are touching me. It's like octopuses.
Northy, hi, Pete.
Hi, guys. Hi, beautiful.
Yep,
Good to
you're
see you.
real.
Hi.
We like you.
Nice to see. No one ever actually touches when they kiss. This is it. The 10th anniversary special of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Is everybody like super dressed up?
Oh yeah, you're great too. I'm like, what are you doing here?
Unbelievable. 10 years later. Can you believe the longest running celebrity docu-soap in the history of television?
We're the first and only docu-series to have the original cast for 10 plus years. Yes.
310 episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
You guys, we all have to keep this like fun, keep the energy going. Mom, if you need a martini, let's get you one.
Hello. Hi. How you doing? How are you? Good to see all of you. Welcome. I am so excited. I couldn't be more proud to be a part of this show. We've got to celebrate a decade of the Kardashians. It's an incredible, momentous occasion. It's going to be so much fun. Tonight, you're going to hear straight from the family on how this show has impacted their lives. We're going to see some exclusive footage that has never been aired. But first, let's take a look at the exciting life, the highlights of the last 10 years of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
We're the modern day Brady Bunch with a kick. There's a lot of baggage that comes with us, but it's like Louis Vuitton baggage. You always want it.
Stoplights, flashlights, spotlights, control lights, street lights. Fast life, drug life, dog life. Turn up the lights in here, baby.
Throw away the toilet paper.
Turn up the lights in here, baby.
Makes the badge taste good.
Turn up the lights in here, baby.
Wait, you're in love?
Want you to see all the lights.
I want you to be with me forever. You marry me, doll?
Kanye and Kim, they're kind of like two peas in a pod.
I don't want no fighting.
You make sure that your girlfriend doesn't publicly bash your sisters.
I barely feel like I can take care of myself.
I can't do this anymore. Like, I love Mason more than I love you.
We're better as friends than we are the other way.
Get mine, baby.
We can't control other people. All we can control is ourselves.
Turn up the lights in here, baby.
Our family has never been stronger, and nothing will tear us apart.
Want you to see all of the lights.
So let's find out how all this Kardashian craziness started by bringing out the momager we all know and love, the matriarch of the Kardashian clan. Please welcome Kris Jenner.
Hello. Congratulations.
You did all this.
Yes. Hi, everybody.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Gosh.
Oh, well, I probably have the best home movies in the entire universe.
It's incredible
I
to
mean,
look back at
wow.
all of
Did we
those
just do that?
clips.
That
has
feels
been the last.
like not 10 years.
It's gone
It can't
by.
be.
You know, it's gone by fast, but when you look back at how everyone's changed, evolved, grown up,
Yeah.
it's a lifetime. Just thinking back to the beginning, what are your thoughts now that the whole universe
Wow.
knows you so well?
Well, you know, you can run, but you can't hide. I mean, it's like very difficult to go anywhere without somebody talking about the show. Our show's in over 160 countries around the world, and that's what's so amazing about it, is how many different people and lives that it's touched over the years.
There's always something going on in the family that somebody out there can relate to.
Well, I think there's so many of us. When we started our show, there wasn't really another huge family with
Right.
132 family members. You know, there was a 7-year-old and there was a 60-year-old. So no matter what age you were, somehow you got sucked in and getting like emotionally invested in the show.
You and I were partners from the beginning.
Yes, I remember we had a mutual friend,
Dina Katz.
Dina Katz, and she said, I want you to meet Ryan. She was over for dinner and she said, this house is nuts. You guys are all crazy. She goes, you have to meet my friend Ryan because I think this would be the perfect show. And from day one, I remember going into the offices thinking, wow, I'm going to meet Ryan Seacrest. This is crazy. And I remember immediately you said, I love this. And you pitched it to E, and they loved it. And then they partnered with Bunim/Murray. And I think within 30 days, which is unheard of, we were filming.
Here's what E saw to make them hurry up and bring the Kardashians to the world. Take a look.
Oh, boy.
Hey, I'm Kim Kardashian, and I get to live every girl's dream. I can't believe it's actually my job to play in the closets of celebs. I also get to model some pretty fabulous clothes, both on the runway and in print. The paparazzi have begun to notice too, which is totally surreal. I'm still getting used to that. If you think my life is crazy, meet my family.
I'm going to throw raw chicken breast up your tooth.
My sisters, Courtney, Chloe, Kendall, and Kylie. And then my mom, Chris. She's nuts.
You guys are on birth control, and I'm on a hormone patch.
She's my manager, and sometimes causes me more stress than my actual career does.
You've got the shoe show.
Are you joking?
Is in Las Vegas.
When?
The last week of July.
I didn't know that. I'm already booking out dates on the end of July. I want to go to Africa this summer for this charity foundation.
Did we just change subjects?
But she knows this crazy town inside and out because she's a celebrity in her own right. Her best friend is Kathy Lee Gifford, and she was married to Robert Kardashian, my dad, and one of O.J. Simpson's lawyers. 18 years ago, they divorced, and my mom married Bruce Jenner. He had no idea what he was getting himself into.
You can't wear black and green pants with like a bright blue and white striped shirt. It's embarrassing when you go out in public and you're dressed like in weird colors. It's like you're colorblind.
A lot of people have called us the Hollywood Brady Bunch. But honestly, we're pretty much your typical American family. This year is going to be as crazy as my family.
Bye, fatty.
Bye, Jiggles. It's hard to say what will happen, but there's one thing that I do know. We'll fight,
Calm down. Chloe, do you need a nap?
scratch,
Kim, are you... Ow!
and bitch our way through all the drama. Together as one big happy family.
She's such a bitch. What a bossy bitch. They're so sweet, aren't they? Yeah.
The kitchen looks so different today than it did back then. And Kim looks so different too. Let's bring her out. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Kim Kardashian. Come on out, Kim.
Do I look skinny?
Just kidding.
How you doing?
When you've known people for a decade, there is some hilarious, weird stuff that goes on our show.
I wish I was adopted.
Kim's old house, she used to have a pool that she never swam in at all. Sorry, Kim. There was one day I knew you were moving. I got in my skivvies and jumped in the pool. I had to do it.
Okay. The family knows they could trust us and we have their backs. When Kim went into labor with North, I had to meet her, snuck her in my car, threw a blanket over her, and drove her to the hospital.
Like, if anyone follows us, we're like...
During this first meeting with the Kardashian family, they were so nice. Kris Jenner said, what can we do to create a hit? We told them, number one, share everything. And number two, don't be high maintenance. They've done a great job on number one.
Kim is pretty much exactly the same person from 9 years ago, minus the baby hairs and her fashion. She definitely was Princess K back then. Everything was like pink and like the metallic bags and fake tan. Cheesy.
I cannot believe that video.
Isn't that hysterical?
I haven't seen that in a decade.
When you watch it back, what goes through your mind?
What awful outfits. Like, what were we doing? I mean, at the time, I thought I had a career. I don't know what we were doing. It's like
you do, honey. Just go with it.
But it's just to see all the hard work and what we do. People think you film a reality show and you just sit at home and don't do much. But starting from like 7 a.m., you're filming until, 8 p.m., 10 p.m. sometimes.
We were
If go
doing
to dinner,
18-hour days.
we're not complaining. We love what we do. We love that our job every single day is to get up and work with our family members. We could not be more lucky.
Yeah.
When you think
So
back...
thank you for the career, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, yes, well, thank you for the family. When you look back at the 10 years, Kim, for yourself, what do you see as your greatest accomplishment?
As far as just the show, the family empire, and how all of us work so hard. And that just makes me so proud.
Here are some clips. Take a look at this.
We know without you guys, it would be nothing, so thank you guys.
I think the girls are so great at knowing what their fans love.
Each opening gets bigger and bigger, and this is by far our biggest appearance that we've ever done.
I encourage people to find their passion, be determined, and have drive.
There'll be times when you feel like you're doing a show and does it make a difference?
Yeah.
Some people have said that the way we deal with different things, especially the adversity in our lives, divorce and death and like awful things that happen in our lives that we all have to deal with, and the way that we deal with them, people are always saying, because of you guys, I got through something that was really hard for me. So that makes me happy.
I'm about to get the walking out the door right now.
Well, we could do our dance back here before we go out.
Yolanda and Tawanda when we go out.
Kim, not the only sister that has undergone changes over the last 10 years.
Who's Yolanda and who's Tawanda?
We've never quite figured that out.
Here are Kourtney and Khloe Kardashian.
There's enough room for all of our asses on this couch, right?
Who knows?
What time is it? We're already having a champagne.
You've already started to celebrate.
We are.
TV Land doesn't know the time, so you could drink at any time.
At any
Okay.
point in time. You guys look great. Good to see
Thank you. So do you.
Khloe, just to start with you and the change that you have had over the last 10 years, take a sip of champagne. We put together a little clip to mark this incredible
me twice.
journey that you have been on. Take a look at Khloe's transformation over the years.
Oh.
Okay, come on.
Oh my God.
Looks sexy. I don't think I want to do it anymore. I have always been known as like the fat sister.
Are you trying to say that I'm fat and I'm up your... What exactly is those words, Khloe? Mom, what the... Honestly.
You make me feel like a piece of...
Come on, light jog. Let's go.
There we go. I feel like I started getting so consumed with all of the negatives in my life, and it was taking its toll on me. But now I finally feel like I'm getting back into the positive mind, body, soul.
Oh my God. Your butt is my motivation.
I feel empowered. It's about how you feel.
Khloe gave me that great opportunity, man. Find that I can do something without anybody else.
I never felt that perfectly comfortable in my jeans. I was always altering something to make them fit my body. This is why I wanted to create Good American.
I'm so grateful that someone has stepped out and really made something for all of us.
What do you think about when you see all of that come together?
That was-
There's a whole
Terrifying. It's weird because at the time I never thought I was fat myself. I would call myself fat because everybody else called me fat.
Do you feel happier now?
I think I'm happier, but for a bunch of different reasons. Not from the way I look. Knowledge is power. You know better, you do better. And what the are you laughing at?
The cliches.
That's a cliche.
I don't know.
Isn't
Isn't
it?
And you were like the only one that
She
went to college.
Like, oh my God.
Guys, that was a long time
I
ago.
think she's talking about Oprah Winfrey quoting Maya Angelou.
What the are you talking about?
What
Are you on the same like couches? How did Oprah and Maya Angelou come into this conversation?
You said if you know better, you do better.
And Maya Angelou.
I think she said that, and Oprah Winfrey always said, if you know better, you do better.
And I
right?
think
She
that's like
does.
right,
She
but that's
does.
like
Stick up for me, Kim.
Yeah.
It was moments like this we knew we had a show.
Oh my God.
Chloe, there seems to be more of a focus on you for you. I'm just curious to know the impetus to that and why.
I mean, for me, I'm all about family and about all of us, but I think when you get older, and especially now that everybody kind of has their own families and own thing going on, it's now like I've really put myself first. But it's taken me years to actually do that way without feeling guilty about it.
Right.
Because I
And
used
I
to
think
feel
you
really guilty.
still feel guilty sometimes about
In
it.
what way?
Totally.
In what way?
I feel like if she goes like to Cleveland to see her boyfriend, where she spends like half of
We'll
her
get
time,
to Tristan in a moment.
she'll feel like she always needs to make other
I don't think
things
she
a
feels
priority.
guilty anymore. I think she
No, I do. I always feel
feels a
bad.
touch left out.
No, but I feel bad.
Not
about
left out.
No, I don't really feel
No,
left out. I
she
feel
doesn't.
like get to know me.
how you
What
feel.
the hell? Get to know me. That's why this one over here.
Kim,
knows
this is
me.
Chloe. Chloe, this is Kim.
No, because I've always been the one that picked up the slack when you guys were pregnant or when like maternity leaves and this or that. And now I feel bad that I'm in another state and I'm kind of like leaving you guys, or even like if I'm missing just certain things.
You feel bad that you're giving you the attention that you now deserve, right?
Yeah. So the only thing I wish is that we were in LA and like we could all be together, but that's not the way it is. So I just got to put myself first, though.
How are you, Chloe? How are you splitting your time between Los Angeles and Cleveland?
Pretty much whenever he's at home in Cleveland, I try to be
This
there.
is he, the boyfriend.
He, the boyfriend, Tristan.
Tristan.
Whenever Tristan's in Cleveland, I try to be there. And
Basketball is something that you are attracted to.
Yes.
Basketball is your favorite sport.
Pretty much, yes.
Is there something about basketball players that
Love and basketball.
No, it's
I
not.
wouldn't say you have a type, but you kind of have a
Kind
type.
of a type, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that is, but I was put on a blind date with Tristan, and that's how I met Tristan.
Really? I never
Who
asked.
set
How'd
you
you meet
up?
Tristan?
Brandon Jennings, who's a basketball player. He's a friend of mine and Malika's, and he was like, you're like such a good girl. I want to introduce you to someone.
But you knew it was going to be him.
No.
You couldn't even do a Google search?
No, I was at the Bel Air Hotel. He came to the dinner, and like, because Brandon, I didn't want to go on a blind date, so Brandon kind of ambushed the blind date.
Right, you need wing. You need some wing protection.
So I had a bunch of people, and he brought him, and like we just connected.
If you were to say it's in a phase of a relationship, it's a serious phase that you guys are in?
It's a serious
It's a
relationship.
level 5.
Out of what?
6.
Do you think we'll see more of Tristan? Do you think we'll see more of you guys together?
If he's around, of course he'll be on.
And Kim, do you have input about that? Considering this is
I think
your
it's such
job
a
is to show your
personal
life.
choice. You know, you can fall in love with someone and it's not their job to be on our show.
Was Kanye concerned?
You know, he respects what I do, and sometimes he's on if he happens to be there, or, you know, we'll let us film if we're at a concert. But, you know, and there's special moments. Like at first we were like, our kids will never be on. And I said that, no, my daughter is not going to be on. And she's just like always around me, and she's so cute. So I'm like, I just want people to see a little bit. It's never a story revolving them or about them or anything too personal.
But that's been a sensitive issue. I don't know if a lot of people know that the kids in this family, the other kids, it's been tough for both Courtney and Kim to be totally vulnerable with them and expose them. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I think the boundaries are always changing too. Like as different things are going on in our lives. I think we know that we signed up for this, but our kids did not. So if they're in the back, we want to be with them all the time. So they're always there. You know, they're with us. Sometimes we'll definitely go through moments where we're like, cut the kids way back. I'm not like I'm just in that kind of
But it's
protective
funny
mode.
now that Mason's getting older. Like he knows. Like Like, he doesn't we don't watch the show. Like, he doesn't watch it. I've heard him talk to his friends, be like, I'm on a TV show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I'm like, how does he even know
That's
this?
so cute.
They also go through phases, like Mason calls them the filmers. So he's like,
These are the crews that come into
yeah, but
their rooms and
he
homes.
used to be like, are the filmers coming? Are the filmers coming? I want to show them my Legos that I'm building. And then now he's in a phase where he's like, I don't like when the filmers are over.
The filmers have been in your life in the most intimate moments when it comes to Scott. I mean, your relationship has gone back and forth. It's been off and on. Where would you say you are now with the relationship? I remember you put your head down on the table and you just sobbed.
It was rough. That was a rough day.
We're on the set of Keeping Up with the Kardashians' 10th anniversary special.
Last one, down the hatchet.
Because this is reality and we're following their real lives every day, some days they aren't in the best mood. Some days they're in the best mood. And so a lot of times, you know, as producers, we get caught in the crossfire. I've become like a therapist, and it's really emotional to go through these experiences with them. They're very vulnerable and sharing it, and I have a lot of respect for them.
All the secrets revealed. Where would you say you are now with the relationship?
I guess we're co-parenting our kids and just trying to get along. I mean, he's family.
I think you two have the most amazing relationship possible without being together and being engaged or married that I've ever seen.
But I mean, we're
It's quite
definitely
remarkable.
psychotic. You know, like, I think that since we've broken up,
Which time?
the last time, which was almost 2 years ago, we've never been back together, even though, like, we travel together with the kids. People think it's confusing.
We think it's happening again.
Right. So it's confusing to people, but we've never one time.
So you're not together in the sense of togetherness.
No.
I really think they go day by day, but I think that they're both just as confused as everybody else.
How would you feel if he fell in love with another woman?
I don't know.
How do you think he would feel
Oh, he would.
if you had another man?
Yeah, like, I think of that, and then I'm like, I don't know.
Let's bring Scott out. Scott, come on out, man.
Unbelievable. What a beautiful lady. My psychotic.
So when you see them together, you feel like there's a connection there still, certainly.
Where? Here?
Between the two of you on that couch. There does
No,
feel like
there's
there's
zero
still
connection. She made that very clear just now. I just want everyone to know we are just co-parenting. No, but she's like, you know, the only person I've ever loved in my life, so I think she's cute and stuff, but
Do you still hit on her?
yeah, I try to her like once a week.
Is there a chance anything could go back to the way it was when you were more than just co-parenting? Is the door closed?
I mean, I don't know.
I feel like she has to say the door's closed just like to make
Because
the
of the
point. But I
debauchery
think
that's
it's
gone
on.
Let her talk.
The debauchery that's gone on has definitely closed the door several, billion times.
But it's been about go.
But did you think you conduct yourself in a way that is trying to keep that door open?
He does for a time
Here's
period.
the thing. Every
he can't
time
be
I become
consistent.
too good of a person,
No,
she
that's not
stops
true.
loving me because she fell in love with a guy who was a little bit up.
No, that's not true.
100%.
That's not
I treat
true.
you like royalty. You don't say
Nope.
hello to me.
Nope.
I spit in your face. You're like, hey, babe.
Do you feel at peace, or do you feel like there's much more to do here?
I'm dying over here.
Yeah?
Aww.
Well,
No.
so where does it go?
No, I mean, it's tough. We have a beautiful relationship that we're able to travel with our family.
Right.
But obviously it is difficult because, for the intimacy side, it's tough because
So what do you do for the intimacy side?
I'm jerking off pretty heavy, but
Scott, but do you date other women?
No.
No. I've seen you out, but are you okay with it?
Yes. It's not dating. It's just like, boning.
But I think you truly believe that he loves her. I think that, like,
I don't think anybody has
Totally.
any question of that.
Right.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you.
The Kardashians Kardashian family. They have a language all of their own.
You can't Bible that.
How do you do it? What point did you realize this show can really impact what it is I'm passionate for?
All right, we're ready. Let's do it. Mario, do I have fat arms? Does it look like Chunky?
Yell
From
out
this
if
angle.
Kim looks like she has chunky arms.
I've been BFFs with Kim since as long as I can remember.
I think we met in 6th or 7th grade.
Happy birthday, Kimmy. Happy birthday, Kimmy. I love you so much.
We had lots of sleepovers, and boys would show up after we were supposed to be sleeping and in bed, and they would put a ladder up to the window. Kim and Courtney would climb down the ladder, and I would stay because I was afraid that I was going to somehow get caught.
So I have a question for you.
Oh my God, I was gonna say not the right time.
Oh my God. Let's keep them coming out.
For the best for last. No. When he just said, let's keep them coming, I was like, holy what other exes are coming? We can't do this right now.
We're gonna bring out the youngest, but by no means the less famous members of the family. Please welcome Kendall and Kylie. How you doing?
Hi.
There you go. Entrepreneurs,
How cute.
superstars right here.
I know, I'm all out.
You guys are so cute. I root for them. I love Squirt.
Squirt.
Uh-huh.
I think we might get back together today. Who knows?
Today may be the day.
It's incredible, Kendall and Kylie, to see you as such young girls on the show.
9 years old.
And 10 years old. Curious to know when you first saw the filmers.
Yeah, filmers.
Did you understand what was happening? What did you think about it?
I honestly don't remember. I feel like I can't even remember a time before Keeping Up, to be honest.
It's weird to say, but I think it became so normal for us, which is because we were so young. I remember my mom asking us, or telling us basically what was going to happen. And I remember coming home from Riverway camp. I was at this camp called Riverway, and she picked me up from the bus stop, and we were driving home, and Kylie was in the car with us, I think. And she was like, so guys, I think we're going to film a pilot for a show. I just wanted to make sure you guys were comfortable with that. And honestly, what was more important to me was my little elementary school crush.
Right.
So I didn't even care.
Kendall, at what point did you realize this show can really impact what it is I'm passionate for outside of the show?
I don't know. I think I learned a lot of that from my sisters. I always kind of kept the modeling side of things very separate from the show. But you have, at the end of the day, you do have to realize where you came from and, what it all stemmed from. So.
And Kylie, I remember when we were at the house and you were on your phone and you were making CEO decisions. And you're how old?
19.
19 years old. Where does this go?
I know.
What do you want to do when you're
Honestly,
able to drink?
I know it's crazy, and I'm just trying to take advantage of the moment, and my makeup is my passion. So this show and the opportunity has really, it's been awesome.
The series has done a great job of chronicling your rise, young ladies, in the fame, the struggles that come with it. Take a look at Kendall and Kylie in The Rise.
Ow! Chill!
Money doesn't grow on trees.
Yes, it does. It's paper.
I am Kim Kardashian. Everyone does what I say, and soon I'll be the queen of the world!
I want them to enjoy their young years, but I fed them 3 meals a day, and they're growing up.
Are you excited to work at Summer?
Yes, I think we're both so excited.
Let's see what we're working with. Head up. No. Seriously, please. If she wants to take it seriously one day,
Okay.
call me.
Do you want to know something?
What?
I got the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Oh my God. You're going to be an angel.
I mean, not technically. I mean, I'll be like a walking on the runway angel.
Honey!
I think it's so great to see Kendall walk in a show, and it's been just so much fun to see her really come into her own.
I am so lucky and blessed to have found my passion, which is my cosmetic line.
Go get it, honey. 100,000.
Now it's sold out.
Business in 30 minutes.
Kylie, I think you've just launched an empire.
Can you please put your hands together and welcome Kendall and Kylie Jenner?
My line has finally launched, so it's really exciting.
I just got a call from Vogue. They're coming to review the Kendall and Kylie collection.
Cool.
What do you feel like you missed out on, like in your childhood? You just feel
I missed out on being normal. Being able to feel like I can like get out of the car and nobody's staring at me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. In this world, there's kind of a lot of people telling you what to do, what you shouldn't do. And it's really nice to have someone that can understand what you're going through.
Couldn't even imagine doing all this without Kendall. It's like having your best friend with you all the time.
It's true. You can lean on each other for all of it,
I
too.
know.
Huh?
I don't know what I would do without her. Even like walking out here, I was like, do I have to walk out by myself?
Yeah,
But I
we
got
did it
you.
for so long together. It's so nice. And I feel like we all grew up in like twos. Like you and Rob grew up together. Courtney and Kim grew up together, and then Kylie and I got each other.
Our buddy Rob isn't here. How's Rob doing, Chris?
Rob's great. He's working on a new clothing line, and I see him every day because he lives down the street.
Like we're literally on a group chat every single day.
Yeah, we
so
do have a
all
family group
speak.
chat.
But we have our moments that
the
I think
family group
sometimes-
chat's lit.
It is. It's so lit. I have a confession to make. I do not disturb our messages all the time because you guys are so annoying sometimes. So I'll do not disturb our.
I didn't even know that
Or
was
sometimes
a
I'll
thing.
wake
What
up.
if you miss out?
I like go back and read it when I'm like
so you're
mentally
still
ready.
get up.
Sometimes we have secret group chats. Sometimes we'll go off and it'll be like just
And
me.
talk about the other sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, Chloe,
You
and
have to be very
Kim.
careful
Oh,
when
don't
you're
worry.
doing that.
Courtney and I
do.
have those too.
Yeah, I know we all do.
It's like the shade room every day at our house. It's
Does
just
anything
funny.
stick? Does anybody take anything personally? It seems like it rolls off of you.
I
You
think
feel-
Scott does care. Like if he thinks I'm mad at him, I think it bothers him because he'll text.
Does that mean?
Like-
No, I'm excited that you're mad
No,
at me.
but like for us, like if we say something to each other, we're like, it's fine. Like we get over it like that. Kim and I might hold on to it for a minute, but then we're like, okay,
Yeah.
we're sorry. You, I think you become sensitive.
You're sensitive for sure.
I think you're sensitive too.
I'm dealing with an army.
If I say something to Kim, it's like she'll take it seriously.
Courtney will say the meanest, awful, evil things to you just to dig
but
and get
so
to you.
monotone and
Yeah.
just
So
like it just
monotone.
like could slip right by you
But
at
it
any
gets
second.
to me.
It's like Kim might not want to admit that it really bothers her, but then Kim
Then later,
she'll
it-
change
like
her
adjust
life.
it. Yeah.
It'll change her life.
I feel like Chloe and I get sensitive,
Yeah, but
but
like
we
we
eventually
don't.
get over
We,
it.
like our glam people are so used to it because we're like, you bitch. She's like, you're a liar, and I was like, I'm your. Literally, it's like curse words throwing, and they're just still glamming Kim, getting her ready, like nothing's happening because they're so used to it.
I remember this from the first season. Every episode ended in a family room with a hug. No matter how crazy the episode would be or what you guys went through, I loved the warmth at the end of it. And you still have it.
Can you believe those whores have lasted for 10 years?
Woo woo! Es muy loco, muy loco, muy loco.
Does no one really know it's me?
First text that popped into my phone said Lamar that passed away.
She fell, screamed, someone faked it.
Eye Candy, the 5-girl singing group that no one ever knew about. Courtney and Khadijah would be the lead singers. Kim was probably just going to be our stylist.
Chloe thought she could rap though.
Those Sean sweatsuits were really going to her head.
Chris, I'm just curious to know, at what point was the F-bomb just regularly used in the house growing up with all the
Oh,
kids?
day one.
Day
I
one.
want to know that too because
No, because we were never allowed to swear in front of our
My dad
dad.
would put soap in our mouths. Like if we, like he did not believe in cursing whatsoever.
But we'd go to our mom's house and we would, like, it was a different
Curse
story.
it up.
The Kardashian family, they have a language all of their own, and over 10 years, they have kept us laughing with their unique brand of communication. So just listen, watch, learn, and then we'll talk about it after this. What's this?
She just like is such a Debbie Downer. She's pulling a fancy Nancy.
Oh, Nancy doesn't want to go.
Nancy it up. It's just wild. Wild.
Wild. Wild.
It's like I'm finger banging in a ring.
No, your clitoris.
Your mom just thinks you're going to offer up my brajol to her?
A little body makeup on your brajules.
My balls are not so big, it's more the shaft.
Ooh, the brajule.
Bible. You can't Bible that, Chloe.
Yes, I can.
You have to Bible that. You won't get mad.
What the did you guys do?
Hashtag
Oh my God.
We didn't really start Bible.
Where did that begin?
High
Him and I dated brothers.
Yeah, and they
came
started
up
it. It
with
was like their thing in their family.
I never knew this.
I didn't know that either.
And okay,
It's okay.
Okay, how do you do it? And what's it really? If you were to
It's really
define
like
it, what does it mean?
close thing. It's like okay, but there you go.
The producers put together a fun compilation of the misuse of some common phrases.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
I think we're being so like around the bush. Beating? What? Who the beats around a bush? She's just throwing her, a towel in the air going, I don't even know what to do.
You think she just threw a towel in there?
Or whatever it is.
See, you're not in Canada anymore.
Canada?
Kansas.
Who's one of them?
Who's one of them?
Which one of them?
Yes. Like a dog, what, doggy dog world? What is it? Yeah. What the does that mean? Dogs don't eat dogs. It's grapefruit. And I wrote grapefruit.
You wrote great?
Yeah, I thought it was grapefruit.
Oh my God.
I randomly got pregnant. I thought my life was over. No one knew.
Why'd you want to keep it a secret? I don't think people know how long Kanye was pursuing
We
you.
were friends and we were talking.
While you were getting married to Chris, talking or pursuing?
That's
right, and then we go into this package.
Okay, 3
then
or
this
4.
Okay, then this package.
Kim generally is super professional, the person everyone turns to, from the sisters to even producers. Kim is just smart and business savvy for people that think she doesn't do anything. I mean, she started how many businesses?
Let's take a walk down memory lane. I don't think people know how long Kanye was pursuing Kim before they actually got together and had 2 children. The producers put together a clip that chronicles his courtship to Kim over the years leading up to their engagement, which was so beautiful. It makes me cry every time I see it. Watch.
Why did I do that in front of him? Like, that's so embarrassing. People are gonna be like, what is he doing on season 6? They're fully dating. Mr. West is in the building.
What's up? I like the fur.
Like the fur? I like your fur. I've been friends with Kanye for a long time.
Kanye Tubba. You're like friends with him. I think he'd like more than that.
I'm not gonna have this conversation.
How are you? Oh, that hurt crazy. I was going to kiss you in front of her, and they caught that on the cam. Nice camera action. Cool. Decent time with the shit on.
Kanye's been in love with Kim
Forever.
since the minute he saw her. Kim, I love this guy for you. You guys are 2 peas in a pod.
I just asked her if
even-
she knew she was going to get engaged and if she knew we were there because I didn't. I had
What did
no
you
clue.
think was going on?
He does really extravagant things for my birthday. So it was my birthday, and he flew in town, and then I was like, let's just stay home. And then
You were sick.
yeah, and then we were getting on the plane, and I was like, come on, do we have to go? Let's just have dinner here. Like, we don't have to go to San
Can you
Francisco.
imagine what's going through his mind? It's like planning this whole
And
thing
I was
for
like,
the rest of their lives.
please, even that moment, like when all the lights went on and the band was playing, I had no idea. I literally thought, because they were playing a Lana Del Rey song, that's my favorite song, and I thought she was going to come out and perform. That's so him to do that. So I was waiting for her to perform, and she's like, not coming out.
You say you guys have known each other a long time. You've been friends. How long has the friendship been going on?
I met him, I think in
romantic.
2002 or 2003. He was recording a song with Brandy, and I was her friend, and vividly remember, hanging out with him and then they did a video together, so I'd see him like a few times. And I remember he was asking his friends, like, who is this Kim Kardashian? And he like didn't know what my name was, and it was really cute.
Kardashian's nice.
Yeah, let's change our name, guys.
What did you think, Chloe, Courtney, when Kanye's popping in and out? What did you think was going on?
I mean, I was there for a lot of it, and I don't know, like when he came to Dash that time in New York and saw our store space, like nothing was really going on, right?
Yeah.
It was just like,
I mean, it was at one
friends.
point, and then it stopped.
What
You know how it
changed?
is.
Because there's several moments that lead up to it, but is there a seminal moment where you felt like it changed with him?
Right before I got married to Chris Humphries, we were like talking, and I just went a different direction. And I think I had to go through that to figure out what I wanted.
So while you were getting married to Chris, he was pursuing
We
it?
were friends and we were talking, yes.
Talking or pursuing?
I don't really know. I can't remember. I really don't
The
know.
other thing was
Probably
only
all of the
72
above.
days.
After my breakup, I was feeling really low and down, and he was like, just come to Paris and see my fashion show. And so he jokes that he put on this whole fashion show just to get a date with me. And so I went there and I stayed with him. And that's where we started dating. And I swear from the moment I landed and was there, I like fell madly in love with him. And I thought, oh my God, like, why didn't I do this sooner? Like, this is what like real life is like, and love and fun and like real support. Like, this is what it is.
As a family, it's tough to categorize you as partiers, but you do have your moments.
Hi, Goops. Chloe always loved animals, specifically dogs, and we would be in public and she would just bark.
Oh, get up. Get up, Chloe.
She would be under tables licking people's legs sometimes.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it would drive Chris up a wall.
Gorgeous child.
She was pretty special. That was Como.
So was it at that point when you realized that you wanted to have kids with him as well and build a family with him too?
I don't even think we thought of kids. I think I just was, you know, Chloe and I had gone to a fertility doctor and they said they think it would be really hard for me. And so I was about to freeze my eggs and then I randomly got pregnant. And I remember calling him and he thought a family member of mine died. I was so hysterical. I thought my life was over, that I was pregnant. It was so hard for me. And then obviously it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
And you were having real pain. I think this is when you were in Miami that you had significant pain.
Yeah.
It was something that only
No
actually
one
the
knew.
producers, they found this footage after the fact. Let's take a look at this.
My stomach is killing me. Like, it debilitates me.
My tummy hasn't been feeling good. I'm usually not like a hypochondriac. My back is aching. I'm literally gonna cry. You could take a pain pill or something.
I was pregnant there and no one knew.
You were hiding that you were pregnant at the time, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you want to keep it a secret?
Because it was just a few weeks in and I was so scared and I was having so much pain. And I mean, at one point I thought I had a miscarriage. I was like pretty certain about it. And I didn't know myself like what was going on. And so I was, you know, flew all the way home on Thanksgiving and the doctor had told me, there's no heartbeat, you had a miscarriage. You know, let's get through it. Come in after Thanksgiving dinner. It'll be private. No one will be in here. And then I went in that morning and he's like, there's a heartbeat. You didn't have a miscarriage. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a sign. I mean, it was like such an emotional Thanksgiving. And Courtney was the only one that knew about it, her and Kanye, because we were in Miami living together. And I was like, I gotta get home. I told you when we got back.
You told me at the bathroom at Crustaceans after X Factor one day.
Wait, you
At the
told me in
bathroom
the
of a
bathroom
Beverly
at
Hills
Crustaceans.
restaurant.
I think I pulled you both in. I was wearing
No,
this
it was
red
just
Balenciaga
me.
skirt.
You told me at the Christmas party, so I'm really offended because that's
Oh my God. It's like a month later.
Take a look at this, because as a family, it's tough to categorize you as extreme partiers, but you do have your moments, all of you, when you decide to have a drink or two, look down the barrel, sip a champagne or a vodka, and we have some of those moments in this tape. Take a look.
Oh my
at all
God.
we're
I
going
feel like
down.
Pass the champagne.
Tonight the goose is loose. Here's another one. Do it again. Another.
Why are we leaving? I love this song.
Oh my God, I've never seen
You want to throw up?
My
or you're
one
gonna
and only
release
time.
them tomorrow.
Hello, mother.
Really?
She's shaving cream on her head.
Best night ever, Chloe.
My God.
There's a stripper pole in the bedroom.
And Kylie walks in, and she ends up playing around.
There was like outrage, remember?
It was a big thing.
Gotta check on the kids. That's just on his.
What has always stood out for me is that the whole family is a very warm-hearted group of people and has never changed.
I'm thankful for the life that we're living now. My two little sisters. For being here with everybody.
The kindness and the generosity that they have to their friends, their family, and so many people that they don't know is something that I wish more people knew about them.
I'm proud to bring awareness to our history, the genocide in Armenia, and just pay my respects. Actually seeing firsthand some of the devastation that the tsunami left has all of us feeling like we want to do something to help.
We brought some gifts for you.
Chris was our only child. He was everything to us. Every day that goes by without us taking our best efforts to reduce gun violence in this country means that more people die for no good reason.
In India, it's not acceptable to be gay, and he's the first gay prince to come out in India.
I'm fighting for gay rights in India. I have to educate them, I have to make them aware, and television media helped me a lot.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Story. It's so awesome.
I would say about 80 to 90% of everything we had, we lost.
We're driving around in New Orleans, and we meet this family.
This is what we have left.
They've been living in a FEMA trailer for 2.5 years. We really, really want to do something for them.
All right, guys. Here's our surprise.
Oh my God.
You can pick out whatever you want, and they'll hold it for you as long as you want until, your home is ready.
Oh, you are so welcome.
I remember, Chris, when you started the show, there was one rule you gave to everybody. It's about vulnerability. We're going to have ups and downs. We're going to go through things, but we're going to show it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it together. And you did that. And you have done that throughout all these years. Speaking of which, there's a stripper pole in the bedroom.
Yes, that Kim had given me for Mother's Day.
That they weren't using.
Robin Anton from the Pussycat Dolls came over for a barbecue, and her and Kim were, practicing some actual dance moves and trying to figure out an exercise routine on this stripper pole. And Kylie walks in, and she's 9, and she ends up playing around.
There's a clip of that here. Let's take a look at this. Brace yourself.
Look what I can do.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
How did you learn how to do that?
And then that footage was on our first episode, and that was a bit of water cooler. That was like, what?
It was a big thing.
It was a huge thing. In the first episode of the show, everybody was up in arms about it.
But that's an example of leaving the footage alone and letting it breathe and kind of speak for itself.
That's how you broke us in.
That's right.
With that.
That's right.
Curiously, if you, and we've talked about so much and covered so much in all the years, in the 10 years, but if there were a moment or a day that was the toughest to work through for each of you, Chris, what would it be for you when you think back? There have been a lot of emotional moments, but what was the toughest for you?
When Courtney was like 17, she had a photo of her naked, and I stole it, and I put it in my purse, and someone stole the purse. The FBI got involved.
I've known the Kardashian family for over 30 years. We all grew up together. So when I saw Scott using my name and the prank was going on, my reaction was just like utter shock, but funny at the same time.
Auntie Chris, it's me. It's Todd Cranes.
Auntie Chris, it's me. It's Todd Cranes.
It's me. It's Todd Cranes. Is Auntie Chris there?
If there were a moment or a day that was the toughest, Chris, what would it be for you?
Probably the whole Caitlyn transition. To have someone have a camera, on you and recording your emotions and your moments. So I think that's probably mine.
There was a moment where I remember you put your head down on the table.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I remember that day.
You were in the kitchen at the table and you put your head down and you just sobbed.
I don't think I can do this anymore, you guys.
Okay, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
All of us could feel that
think
pain.
If I remember correctly, one of the camera guys started crying. It was rough. That was a rough day.
Scott, how about for you?
Cork, do you think of anything like a really bad time that we've had probably?
I think if Scott, even if he's like feels like God, I did something that's gonna make everybody angry or something, he still will come in and show his face and be there with us, which I feel like is a good thing. Like he is who he is, and he's not gonna go hide and not want to see anybody or
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say sometimes when you've had a moment where you weren't proud of something that you had done, and then you show up check to make sure we're all okay, and always are checking on Courtney, and I think that's really respectable that you even though you might have done something really up, you care.
I have so many siblings and family other than you guys, so.
Kim, it's hard to pick a moment, but the toughest for you
I think my toughest moment was honestly when Courtney and I were she was 17 and I was 16. She had a photo of her naked, and I stole it and I put it in my purse. And I said, if you don't let me borrow your jeans, I really wanted these jeans, then I'll tell Dad. And I'll expose these photos. I was so mean. But I would always hold them in this purse of mine, and I hid the purse, and someone stole the purse and took the photos, and Courtney was underage. So obviously the FBI got involved, and when I got a call that these photos could potentially come out, I can handle it if it's about me. If I'm hurting myself, I can handle it. Or if something happens to me, I can handle it. If I hurt someone else, then that's where I can't handle it. So I remember crying, and I was just so upset. I thought Courtney would never speak to me again.
It's just Courtney. I'm responsible for ruining someone's life.
And she was like,
it's crazy that it came back so many years later.
Yeah.
What a creep to hold on to
10 years later.
It was
10 years
less
later.
about you, it was about
It
hurting
was just
somebody
if I
else.
hurt someone else.
Chloe, how about for you? What's been the toughest?
I mean, for me, what's been the toughest is, I think, filming the Caitlyn transition when we were filming for her show, because I was really protective and I wasn't fully informed.
That more so than Lamar.
Well, with Lamar, there's no secret of Lamar. We were going through a breakup. People break up every single day, and I didn't care if someone accepted me or not for that. And I don't need to explain the reasoning why. I was more afraid how people would accept your father, and I never wanted anyone to ever be mean to your dad.
You were trying to be protective, but you weren't quite sure how to do
right.
it.
I didn't know what I was allowed to say, not allowed to say. It was so...
But you also were in the dark, so you didn't even know what to say.
Right.
Kendall?
Well, mine's not about filming, but I could give you an answer to the toughest day to work after experiencing
what's that?
I landed from Hong Kong to London. I landed in London, and the first text that popped into my phone was from Kim, and it had said Lamar that passed away. And I immediately started sobbing on the plane. Then I got the next text came through saying, okay, actually he's okay, he's alive, but he's not doing well. Right. So that's why I was so upset, because I wanted to be there to be able to say goodbye.
I can't believe that Kim and I...
They literally said he has 4 hours.
No, on the plane they said he died. Someone faked it. Someone had made a fake account and emailed me with the wrong information. And so, I mean, just seeing Chloe,
I was screaming.
Screamed on the plane. But to think and to go through the motions as if someone has passed away is the most traumatic thing to do. And then to know they're really alive. And it was too many emotions, I think, for any of us to handle.
Kylie, how about when you think back, the more difficult moments to shoot or just to go through while you're living in this world? What have they been?
The hardest thing I had to film was probably my dad's. Everything that went on with my dad.
How has Caitlin's role impacted you? Do you think it's impacted the family? How are you handling it?
Honestly, I am so happy that my dad is finally living her true self.
Yeah.
And I'm completely supportive. I've always been. And I feel like,
We all always.
yeah, and I feel like, you know, she did it at the right time when Kendall and I were much older, and it was like almost respect to us. Like, I'm just gonna wait, you know, till they grow up, till they can understand this. And I feel like it all happened at the right time, and yeah.
I mean, a lot of things that you guys have dealt with as a real family, people are dealing with every day. And by seeing how you can handle it in a thoughtful and respectful way means a lot to a lot of people. And I think on behalf of those people, we say thank you for what you've done culturally.
What is your opinion of Scott Disick?
Who is the hottest Kardashian? Do you think their butts are real? They're overrated, okay?
We've never done anything like this, so it's cool for us.
Love you, Chloe.
Oh, really? Who said that? Oh, I love you too.
One of the most terrifying days for us was when we're in Thailand. The entire family is on this tiny boat. And every single time our boat went around it, it would leave this small tsunami of water that would rush towards their boat and almost completely capsize it. The family was looking at us going, no, more, we're done.
We gotta get some people off the boat.
But did the shot look good? The shot looked good.
So we all know that the Kardashians like to have fun. Kourtney actually went out on the streets of Hollywood to ask questions about the family. Kourtney had prosthetics on. Take a look at this.
I'm filling you in on what's happening in Hollywood Boulevard. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Chloe.
Hi. Where are you guys from?
I'm from DC. I'm from Texas. I'm from Florida.
Higher personality.
Woo woo! I love Florida. We're doing an interview about the 10-year anniversary of the Kardashians. Can you believe those whores have lasted for 10 years?
It's been 10 years, for real?
10 years.
That's a long time.
Es muy loco.
It's muy loco, muy loco, muy loco.
You've seen the show.
No, I've watched it, not on purpose.
So that's okay. They're overrated.
They're overrated, okay? Let's keep it real.
Okay, yeah.
So who's your favorite Kardashian?
Well, Kendall.
She is a beauty.
I guess Chloe.
Ooh.
Who is the hottest Kardashian?
Kourtney.
Kourtney, I agree. Who's the worst crying face?
Everyone.
Yeah. Who looks good crying, except for Kourtney?
She's so dumb.
Does no one really know it's me?
I don't think anyone knows it's you.
This is wild. Do you think their butts are real?
No.
Kim?
Fake.
Chloe?
Fake.
I saw the episode where they did the X-ray. They're real.
You're a true fan.
Oh, I am. Every Sunday.
What is your opinion of Scott Disick?
I don't know what it is.
Scott, he's Kourtney's baby daddy.
He's a venereal disease.
He has a venereal disease.
Oh, that's sad.
It's very unfortunate.
We are doing an interview about
Oh my God.
Does she know it's you?
Yes.
Oh.
Sorry.
Don't tell anyone. Okay. I know, I do look great, right?
You are so much better at that than I imagine with your anxiety, right?
Are you comfortable because you were in prosthetics?
I just don't care. Going on the street and talking to people, I don't care. But if someone's trying to get deep with me about something, I'm just like, no.
How was the paparazzi when you guys were out there?
It was annoying because there were paps. I didn't know that they were there in the beginning, or else probably would have been
Told ya.
a little bit more. But
Is it always on your mind that they're going to be there or show up or shoot you?
Pretty much. I mean, it
Yeah.
sucks when it comes to vacation stuff or if you just want to
Not be.
seen or whatever, but it's just a way of life now. But I will say filming, and that's also why I think we're so grateful, no one treats this as just like a job. Yeah, this is our job, but everyone has been so respectful and kind, which is such a blessing.
All right, we've got a parting gift for all the Kardashians here. Come on in with the cake, with the champagne, as a little thank you. On behalf of your crew, producers, directors, fans, thank you all for sharing your lives.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a huge, huge 10 years. Thank you for changing my life.
I didn't know you were going to be here.
Congratulations, you guys.
You guys, this is our favorite cake from Hanson.
It's been so much fun to watch, and I love just, keeping up with them.
I'm sure there's not a family that could have pulled this off, like Kris and the girls.
More good wishes for another 10 years.
Whoever has a glass, raise your glass. The 10 years of the Kardashians.
We love you.
Congratulations, guys. Cheers.
To another 10 years. Cheers.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Cut the cake.
In my head, I play a supercut of us. All the magic we gave off, all the love we hadn't lost. And in my head, the visions never stop.
Oh my gosh.
These ribbons wrap me up.
Girls, gone wild.
I feel like I'm in the gynecologist's office.
I don't feel Lord of the Manor.
That's a Lord! Be with you!
That's so cute. What am I supposed to do with the monkey?
No implant. This is
Shocker.
Oprah, how are you?
We could make this home movie.
I'm Kris Jenner. Come on, Bruce. You may remember me from the Olympic Games.
I will never do anything.
How long are you going to be in there, Chloe?
Kim, would you stop taking pictures of yourself? Your sister's going to jail.
But it's just a supercut of us. Oh, it's just a supercut of us.
Looking good. Feel better?
Yeah.
But it's just a supercut of us.
We did it.
Pretty good chance you're pregnant. Crazy.
Here he goes. Very good. It's a boy. And there he is.
Oh my gosh.
This is unreal.
How crazy.
Oh, look at him looking at you, bud.
Everyone just needs to leave me alone.
I know this is really hard. You don't feel safe.
If you want to be friends, get a divorce. Why are you still together?
It's not fair that this is even something that anyone has to go through.
But you don't have to go through it alone. That's why we're here. I can't.
He's gone.
I fell in love with a guy, and it's not what I thought it would be.
I don't want you guys to get mad.
You're having a baby.
Yeah. And your dad's passed? The man with the cancer? So I know that person is here. Of course he sees what's going on in your life.
We all know Kim and Kanye have been obsessed with each other.
We gay?